Looks like we're live. Go live.
Should I hook up an external mic to this phone, or do you think the actual mic's fine for this?
I don't know. Yeah.
All right, let me hop off here and try to go live on TikTok.
Okay, sounds good.
And then you have to just let me in the room.
Yep. Hey everybody, if you're watching this live, you're watching me scramble. Trying to do like live on every social media right now and don't usually do this. So stream key. Did that not work? Oh, Instagram says live. Okay. It says we're live. That is. Therefore, you're already live. Okay, cool. Let's do Zoom. Let's start webinar.
Recording in progress.
Hello, hello. What's up, everybody? Hello, hello, and welcome. What day is it? Thursday. Happy Thursday, everybody. What's up? If you can hear us okay and see us okay, let us know. We are trying to do some things we're not used to. You're watching us be super humbled right now. We're trying to broadcast across almost every single social media platform. Some people are watching Zoom, which is the best place to be, by the way. So thank you for being here. But yes, please give us a shout if you can hear us. I think I just hooked up the mic. Happy Thursday. Dude, that's a nice office background. I dig it.
You like it?
Yeah, I like it.
Putting some nails in the wall a few minutes ago.
Nice.
It's like, what the hell are you doing?
Cool. So you should be able to have the chat feature. Chat is disabled. Oh, that's no good. This is why we're here.
Yeah, we're gonna get this going, guys.
Now, why would you disable the chat? That's the best part of a webinar. But it looks like you can ask a question.
Yo.
Answer, allow attendees to view all questions. Dang. So I usually use a different streaming platform, but that's so lame if we cannot see your comments because we want to interact. But it looks like you can ask questions. Okay, so
good.
fam, thank you for helping us. You're gonna actually go into the question. You ask a question, even if it's a comment. So right now we're gonna make that pivot. And thank you so much for being here, Brad. The only thing I can say about you right now. Oh, okay, that's your middle position. Yeah. I was gonna say like that mic is blocking your whole beautiful face. We want we want the people to see your face. Awesome. So I'm going to see if before we actually get started, because I think chat is super important. I'm just going to see if there's anything I can do on my own to change that real quick. And then if I can't, I do apologize.
Is there a Q&A button there?
There is a Q&A, but I feel like chat just allows you to go fast.
Yeah, I think all you get is a Q&A with the...
Oh, really? That's so lame. Right. Okay. Hold on. Hello. Webinar chat. Why is it that I can chat? That's so lame.
It is a little lame.
Okay. Work with what we got.
Webinar software tomorrow night.
All right. Well, we can see your questions. So hopefully it's not too much of a burden when you ask a question, but I can see, for example, let's try using this Q&A box. If you guys can hear us okay, it looks like that's good. Where are you watching us live from? Use the chat or use the Q&A box, and then we can give you a shout out before we get started. And also, Dr. Brad Klontz and I have been working and busting our ass lately. So please don't mind us, but I have a little glass of red wine here just to give a little toast because it has been grinding. Our book comes out in a couple weeks. This is our very first Start Thinking Rich webinar, which is awesome. Cool. We got Brandy, Van Lifer, Colorado. Every time Brandy's on a live, she's in a different location. She's doing full-time van life. Debbie, North Carolina. And Brad, you can see these Q&As, right? So you can give a shout out too, yeah?
Yes,
Yes, I can. I just want to make sure my audio works for everyone listening on Facebook, YouTube, all that. Thank you for being patient as we're doing lots of juggling here.
Yeah.
Hey, I do see a chat, but that's only you and me.
Yeah, it's just you and me. But you can see the questions. You can give a shout out.
Okay. Yep. Let me open.
Who do you want to give a shout out to, Brad? Pick anyone.
Okay. Well, I see Eddie here. How you doing, Eddie? Glad you're here. Denise, Courtney, Debbie, Lindsay. My goodness, Megan is here all the way from Illinois.
Sweet.
We got Jamie from North Carolina. Goodness, California.
Dude, wait. North Carolina, isn't that a place like affected? Are you okay?
Yeah,
right.
Hopefully you're okay. Okay, great. Audio's working.
Audio's working.
I think we're ready, man. Who else we got here? We got some Canucks here. I can sing the Canadian national anthem. I'll spare you. I grew up in Michigan going to hockey games. We got Kelly from Louisiana, Doug from Tucson, Brandon from Chicago. I love it. Jerry, you got to respect the all over nomad life, pound nomad life. You can relate to that.
Did you just say pound?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Hashtag.
Do we say pound? How is it that you have, over 1.5 million followers and you say, hey guys, make sure you say pound webinar. Oh my God, that's too good. That's too good.
Default. We got Robert from New York, Chelsea from Michigan. I'm from Michigan. Or no, sorry, Chelsea, Michigan. Lisa, you're from Chelsea. Macy from Missouri. Debbie Slaughter. This is one of my students from Creighton. How you doing, Debbie? Good to see you here.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're a professor, right?
I am.
Dude, if I was in your class, do you think I would flunk it? Or would I do okay?
I would take a little sadistic pleasure in making you rewrite your finals. Cindy Smith, is that my cousin saying I dated myself? Come on, Cindy. If you're not my cousin, I have a cousin with your name.
Oh my God.
I get trolled by my family the most because they love me so much.
Dude, same. All right, fam. Well, looks like we got a few kinks in here, like one in our main Zoom. If you're watching on our main Zoom, which is the main place to be, chat's not working. Please feel free to use a Q&A. Hopefully that's not too much of a burden. Otherwise, we're going to get started today because it is 8:06 p.m. Austin time. And, I still like to get 8 hours of sleep. And we got a jam-packed night for you because this is I'm super pumped. This is our first time doing this where we're going to try in literally such a short amount of time to have you guys walk away with applicable lessons on how to change your life in terms of achieving financial freedom. And before we get started, before I pull up a slide deck and what we want to present, I do have one assumption. And if you don't agree or want this, then you should not waste your time. You should go back to whatever you're doing, spending time with family, watching Netflix. Here's the assumption. You want one day sooner than later where you could wake up and not have any constraints on how you should live your life because of money. You want to have the freedom to do whatever you'd like to do, control your entire day, every single hour. And that includes what you're doing. That includes who it's with. And that includes also where you are. So whatever you'd like to do for work or not work, for passion, for pleasure, having that freedom of choice. And I feel like the only way I know how to get there is to have financial freedom. We live in a world that is controlled by money. This is the tool. This is the medium of exchange in order to attain financial freedom. And what we're going to show you today is really crazy. I know a lot of my audience is here. Is that real? That has to be fake.
I think I would leave real $100
No.
around my house.
I know it's fake. But what's really amazing about today and also this partnership, I want to we have only one slide about both of us here because this is really, we want to pour as much energy into you guys today. But this is Dr. Brad Kluntz. If you have never heard of him or never seen him before, he's actually the leading psychologist of wealth in the entire world, one of them. So this is a guy who when you go and read any type of finance book, he has stuff that's like almost in every single, like pioneered concepts such as money scripts, which we'll talk about later today. But essentially, like, this is a really awesome opportunity where I feel like we don't get access to someone like you, Dr. Brad. So super cool. And by the way, like, You guys can call him Dr. Brad Klein's. I feel like I have friend privilege, so I just call him Brad. And then actually, I try to tell Brad that he needs to call me Dr. Adrian, even though I didn't earn it. But that's the assumption. So if you guys want that, can you guys post that to say, do you guys is that something you want? Do you want financial freedom to be able to basically live life without money problems? And I'll let you know right now, especially guys who know me, like, life is not perfect after that. Like, there's hardships that pop up, but not having money problems is something that most people, that's putting yourself in the 1% of people. Most people have money problems. Most people, they talk about, oh, I wish I could do that, but I can't because I don't have enough money. Or, oh, I'd love to go to Italy and one day, but yeah, I just don't have money. It's like, so much of some of the most amazing things we experience in life, you do need money. You need financial freedom. Awesome. I see a bunch of yeses. Heck yes. Doug says, yes, I want financial freedom. Jeff says, yes, for sure. Victoria says 100%. Okay, cool. So it doesn't look like anyone dropped from the webinar. So that means we all want financial freedom and you guys are in the right place. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen.
As you're doing that too, Adrian, I just want to give a shout out to you. And I'm super excited that my followers, the people I'm connected with who don't already know you, I'm super, super excited. It's almost like I'm revealing you to the world, although you have a huge social media following. But, my world, like some of the people I know who know me may not know you. And I love that we've collaborated on this. I joke with you about this. It's actually not a joke, but Adrian has really hacked the system on increasing your income with online side hustles, to the point that my 11-year-old son put one of these into work, and last month he made it. The final check hasn't come in, but it's somewhere between $4,000 and $5,000 from his little side hustle. He's 11 years old, and this was on the advice of Adrian. I'm like, Adrian, he wants a job. I don't want to help him wash cars and do lemonade stands. What can we do? Adrian basically spent 10 minutes with me and gave me a suggestion. And now my son's making $4,000 to $5,000 in a month as an 11-year-old full-time student. Baseball, does all the sports. He just does this in his spare time. He just doesn't watch quite as much TV on a Saturday. So I'm super excited because I'm wondering, do I send my kids to college? Do I send them to Uncle Adrian's house for the summer? I love our combination because it's real practical, and you're an experienced investor too. It's a real practical thing on how to manage your money and how to make more money. So
awesome.
If you haven't met Adrian, he's the man. Super excited to be here with you.
Nice to meet you. Awesome. Cool. Well, let's get into it. This is How to Start Thinking Rich. 21 harsh lessons to go from broke to financial freedom. And here's what we're going to start with value straight up. Just by being here and making it to the end, we actually have a gift for you. And it's a 1-hour seminar that I did. And it's basically describing rich versus wealth building skill sets, and 1-hour workshop. Filmed, recorded, you'll get notes, PDF, and an awesome video. That's a freebie gift. That's just one way we can say thank you. And we will give that to you at the end. We're going to give you a link to get there. So if you drop out for some reason, hopefully you can't, or you have to watch a replay, but at the end of the webinar, we'll be able to give you that. And that just for you, just for being here, we want to say thank you. Okay. So we talked about financial freedom. That is the assumption we have. Here's other things. If this is for you, if you struggle with saving money, this is for you. If you struggle with making money, this is for you. If you struggle with investing money, this is for you. And of course, if you're not financially free yet, this is for you. Now, if you are financially free, I actually still read a lot of money books and I'm financially free. I would say most people don't have financial freedom, but I still love learning. And I feel like the journey to financial freedom, you're always a student. And I would actually have a question for you, Brad. Like, you are accredited and you have 9 books. We wrote Start Thinking Rich, our 9th book together. Do you know it all?
Oh, absolutely not. I'm constantly reading. I learn a lot from you, Adrian. I learned a lot through the process of writing this book. I'm a lifelong learner. I love it. I can't get enough. And I know almost zero about 99.9% of things there are to know. So I'm in it to learn.
It's crazy. Like, actually, when you start to work with wealthy and successful people, they actually never feel or assume that they know it all. They actually are always learning, and they're willing to have an open mind that the things they think they know are like, wait, could I be wrong? So it's a constant journey. But I think these are the main things if you're here. And in our new book coming out in actually just 2 weeks, There's 21 harsh lessons to go from broke to financial freedom. Today, so we don't spend the next 6 hours on a live, although if you guys want to hang out with us long, I'd be super stoked for that, but we don't have that much time. So we only have time to do 3 today, but even with these 3 that we picked out, they're enough that if you were to follow them, it would start to change your timeline and your path to financial freedom. So we picked some of our favorite 3 out of the 21 today, which we're going to dive in deep. This is my one slide about me. I'm just curious if there's anyone here. This is the first time they've ever been on with me live. I'd like to see your comment. I do see a lot of familiar faces, which is awesome. Thank you guys for being here. And if it's the first one that you've ever seen me live, let me know in the comments or chat. I'll just really quickly. I used to dance for T-Pain. I lived in a van, and I've been making money online. I've been trying to make money online since 2010. My first 45 cents I made in 2012. I've been documenting every single cent, and I've basically tried every single way to make money online except for selling feed pics. Haven't tried that yet. I think that could be the big one. I do have a nasty. But that's just one slide about me. Got one slide about Brad, and then we'll get into delivering some awesome value for you guys.
So I am Dr. Brad Flons. My story really is growing up, lower income, single mom for a while, divorced family, growing up not having much, and really realizing that I'd actually like to have more. Like, having money actually helps your life and it enhances your life, and it gives you exposure to better experiences, better education, all sorts of things. And so I became a clinical psychologist. And one of the big things that I've been researching for over 20 years is how wealthy people think, how they behave around money, how they spend money. My goal was to actually, frankly, selfishly, learn it myself, because I wanted to change my family history and my family direction. I envisioned myself one day to be one of those big, 20-foot paintings on the mansion wall that all the great grandkids walk by and sort of have to bow to. I'm the guy who created the family fortune. But that's the way I look at it. I really want to make an impact. I really want to grow generational wealth. And I'm a professor, and I've gone on to share that research with as many people as possible. And a lot of it is in the book and what we're going to be talking about tonight.
Awesome. So cool. Okay. Here is something we just want to make a disclaimer on as we now get into it. We're going to say things like poor people and rich people. And when we mention these words, the first thing we want to make clear is that we are not trying to shame anyone or how you were raised or how maybe what your thoughts about money. In fact, when we say words like poor and rich, we're actually not talking about money at all. We're actually talking about a way of thinking. So, Brad, I don't know if you want to share when we talk about poor and broke, what are the differences between that?
Yeah, like in some of the chapter titles, we're really harsh around poor people this, poor people that. And but we really do make a distinction. In our mind, being broke means you have no money. And that is hopefully a temporary condition. I mean, it was temporary for me. It was temporary for Adrian. Poor is a mindset that will keep you broke forever. That's essentially what we are trying to fight against here and trying to educate ourselves out of. And we know people making 6 figures who have a poor mindset. These people make a lot of money. Like from all objective standpoints, you're like, oh my gosh, this person's very well off. Well, their net worth is very low because they have a poor mindset. And so we're going to dive into what those mean. It essentially means mismanaging money, having myths about millionaires and how people get rich and how people invest. Also, a whole host of bad ideas about how money works. And a lot of it we come by it honestly. If you weren't raised with people who had a rich mindset to teach you the strategies and the mindsets and the ways to think, of course you're going to have a poor mindset. So we're not here to shame anyone. We are here to empower and help you transform your money mindset.
Amazing. I love it. So yes, we're going to say things like poor people and rich people. And again, this is a way of thinking, and everyone here, I want to have a rich mindset. I want you to think like the rich. This is a good thing. We want all people to think like the rich. So I just want to get in the chat right now. If you feel like you want to have a rich mindset, and this is the ability to you understand money confidently, you know where it goes, you know how it's invested, you feel confident that you're on the right path to financial freedom. If that's something that you want, let me comment in the chat or in the Q&A here. I want to have a rich mindset. Comment rich mindset. But that's the name of the game here. I feel like I'll share when I was broke, when I was making minimum wage, I didn't have any money, but I actually didn't have a poor mindset either. And that's like why I took on side hustles in college. I had multiple jobs. I was even a go-go dancer at an 80s dance club, which paid $25 an hour, which was more than my 9 to 5. These are things that poor people don't do. And again, that's a mindset of poor thinking. I was thinking of rich mindset because I need to hustle, save money, and try to get ahead. So rich mindset, this is why we're here. And we want everyone to have this. So we have our first little test. And this is something I want every single person who's hearing this to comment. I expect, I see a lot of people here live, and then I see people on social media. I need every person to comment and answer this question as specific as possible. We'll give you 60 seconds. What would you do if Dr. Brad Klontz and I gave you $1 million? That's 7 figures. Boom, instant millionaire. And what would you do with that money? All right, you got 60 seconds. Brad, what would you do if I gave you $1 million, man?
Well, I don't want to spoil.
Yeah, don't spoil it. Don't
spoil. I will say this, just imagine as you're thinking about this.
Yeah.
Like you open your mail tomorrow and there's a check, big fat check from your 2 favorite content creators and authors. Oh my gosh, look at Adrian and Brad. They sent me this $1 million. What is it you want to do? What pops into your mind? Certainly you have a plan for this money. Take a moment, think about it. And don't worry, we're not going to shame you. We're not going to judge you. Maybe you're going to answer it perfectly. We just want to know the first things that pop into your mind.
I want to know.
What would you do?
Okay, let's check out some of this Q&A and see what we got here. We got we got pay my mortgage off, pay off all debt, invest, continue to learn, work, hustle. I would invest in real estate. You say any good ones? Mm-hmm.
Invest in the S&P 500.
Pay off my parents' mortgage. I think that's so awesome, generous.
Ooh, our wedding. Our Maroon wants to pay all the costs associated with their upcoming wedding.
That's super cool. Awesome. I'd buy a house cash with less than half, invest the rest, pay off my parents' debt.
Build a company.
All right.
Invest some, pay student loans, the rest.
Okay, beautiful. Tide, save. Okay.
I love it. People are doing the homework assignment. This is great.
Awesome. Okay. Oops. Let's go here. See any other good ones?
Yeah. So, paying off debt, paying off mortgage, taking parents on a trip to cover their bucket list, invest in real estate, buy a house, fix it up, flip it.
Okay.
Buy skills. Yep.
Awesome. Okay, fam. All right, get ready. Now, if you haven't heard our book, I just want to point out something to you. It does say 21 harsh truths. So, and we do this out of love. Okay. We're about to Okay, we're about to share the answer. Actually, there's one answer. This is the reality. There's only one answer if you have a rich mindset. And I want to talk about all your answers which were great. I think it's super great, especially if you want to get your first thoughts of receiving money is to give the money. I think, again, that intention is amazing. But the truth is, most people, when you get $1 million, you actually don't want to be a millionaire. You just want to spend $1 million. And this is the test, because a poor mindset would think, even if it's all generous things, I want to donate to the hungry. I want to fix animal shelters. I want to pay off my parents' debt. You could go through just generous acts. And here's what you're doing. You're with every single idea, you're becoming less and less and less of a millionaire. Because we gave you $1 million, boom, millionaire. And by the time you list all your wishes, even if they're all selfless, the money's gone. So typically, like, I'm guilty of this too. When the lottery is up, I'm driving and I see the billboard. It's like, what, dude? Lottery, it's 500 million, and I start fantasizing in my head. I'm not immune to this. I think, oh, good, house in Costa Rica. Like and the truth is, like, that's not, in order to be a millionaire, in order to be wealthy, that's the opposite of thinking. Like, wealthy people actually consider themselves frugal. And so there's only one thing to do with that money. What is that one thing, Brad?
Well, and it's a little bit harsh because, as you said, there's a lot of great things we see in there, but this is the rich mindset we want to instill in you. And We're hoping we're catching you when you're young. It matters when you're middle age and when you're older too. You can transform your life. This is the rich mindset. The rich mindset will invest 100% of that money, all of it. Then using like the 4% rule, which is in financial planning, they've done dozens of studies on this. And the idea of the 4% rule is how much money can you take out of your portfolio indefinitely? So basically forever, and have it grow, keep pace with inflation. And so what you would do is you take out 4% a year if you wanted to spend it. So that'd be 40 grand a year. And so with that 40 grand a year, and I love the things people are saying in here, maybe you'll invest in real estate. Maybe you'll buy a car. Maybe you'll take a vacation. You can use that money to enhance your life. That's an amazing amount of money, wouldn't it be? That you just add on to your job. You wouldn't quit your job and start spending it all, because then it's all gone. That's a poor mindset. If you wanted to start a business, most businesses fail. And so I love the idea of that entrepreneurial spirit, but if you're going to take out 200K and put it into a business, odds are you're going to lose all that money, especially if you don't have a history of successful businesses. I have a history of successful businesses, and I have constantly failing businesses. I mean, it's just, that's part of the deal.
Dang.
You don't want risk. I know. Well, maybe the one with you is not going to fail, Adrian.
No, I don't know about that. I just want to interrupt you. Say, like, comment the word ouch if you feel a little like burned or stinged by what Dr. Brad said. Like, not even, he didn't just say like, like I could invest like 25% of it and or like 75% of it. He said 100. So like anything I commented, like in my initial thought of like, well, what do I do with that money? Well, I'll take a little bit here, a little bit there. No, he's literally saying 100%. So it's like, if we gave you $1 million and you didn't say that one thing, I'm sure you felt this thing. I see some people commenting, ouch. So it's like all these things I want. Well, what's the reality? Like, so what would be the smart thing? Okay, if I did invest it, like, what do I do? What do I do after that, Brad?
Yep. So with that 40K that's coming out every year, you could do a couple things. Number one, you could take nothing out. And if you do that and invest it, in 10 years, 15 years, you can have multi-millions. But essentially, you're going to get to the point where you want financial freedom. And that is where that money, you're taking, essentially your money's working for you, spinning off income. This is how rich people live their lives. This is how people retire rich. They're building up that nest egg so it'll spin off money. They're not actually digging into the nest egg and wiping it out, because that's how you go back to being broke. So that's what a rich person would do. And with that 40K, maybe you are going to invest in a business. Maybe that business fails. Maybe you're going to save up 2 or 3 years worth of that to buy a house for your mom, for your grandma, for yourself. So we're all about spending that money to enhance your life, but we want you to do it the way that rich people do it.
And so this 4% rule, like, this is a pioneered concept, right? And then tell me about what this means. If people are hearing about this, okay, what's this 4% rule mean? If I invest my $1 million and then I use this 4%, like what does that mean?
So essentially, and again, a bunch of studies done in financial planning on this. And what they have found is that you got to deal with inflation. You got to deal with markets going up and down. That 4% though, you can, with good faith, statistically speaking, and have like 99% chance of not running out of money, you can take out 4% a year to fund your life. And so I do work with a lot of ultra wealthy individuals, many of whom are retired or have sold a business. They're not working anymore. And that's what they do. We have them on a plan where they're taking out 4%. Now, granted, some people have to be like, hey, man, you should spend that money, because a lot of the rich mindset is like a fear of running out of money. But that is the rule of thumb that you see in the financial planning industry. And so for me, that's always the goal when I think of what is financial freedom for somebody. It's like, how much money do you need to fund your life using this 4% rule? Because we don't want you to run out of money.
Wait, you're saying that even people worth hundreds of millions of dollars still have the fear of losing their money?
They really do. And what we've found in research is it's sort of that fear and that anxiety about not having enough that drives a lot of their saving and investing behaviors. Little side note, Adrian, I'm not sure if I shared this with you, but they've done studies on people who meditate. And when you meditate, you're really calm and you're focused on the moment. And I love meditation. It's really good for your health. It turns out it's not great for your finances because you're not worried enough about the future. You're way too calm in the moment. And so interestingly, it's a balance, right? So we need to be a little bit concerned about the future, like a squirrel saving nuts for the winter so they don't starve. But for us, financial wellness and financial health is not having trouble sleeping at night when you know that you are saving and investing at a rate that's going to meet your goals, or you have enough to live a life of abundance, because ultimately that's what we want. That's the entire point, isn't it, Adrian? I mean, do we want to be wealthy and terrified?
No, absolutely not. I can't believe you offended all the yogis, the yoga meditative people. Damn, like I don't know if we're gonna get back from that. Like, man, I do yoga, but I do get what you're saying, and I believe it too. Like, we and I think part of what we'll get to here at the end is like when you feel like you're on the right path and you start doing all the right things, or have that adopting that rich mindset, then it's about living a life, and you start getting this word lifestyle design. You are designing the life you want, versus most people never get to this point. They just get the life that they somehow showed up in. But if you're already starting to feel like you're starting to think rich, comment start thinking rich, or put in that Q&A. Start thinking rich already if you have this first shift, because that was our first lesson, is kind of this millionaire test here. What would you do with that money? And honestly, that stung a little bit, but it is true. Like I get the picture now, and that's kind of how I live now. Like when I think about my money, like today I live off all my investments. Anything my business does is a bonus. It's an extra. If my businesses could fail and I would still be able to live where I live, have the things that I have my cold plunge, like all these things. Like I built this life, and I invested and I live with my investments. And that's truly what financial freedom is. So let's go to harsh truth number 2. I'm going to have you say this so you sound like a bad guy, not me.
Yeah, and by the way, like Adrian and I are doing a ton of media interviews right now, and every time one of the reporters brings up a harsh truth, I always blame Adrian for it, even though we created these together. It's kind of a running joke. But this is the harsh truth. Oh my gosh, you have to get rid of your poor friends if you want to get rich.
What a jerk.
A title of our chapter. What are we doing? I think you're going to get canceled for this, Adrian.
Maybe. Wait. Tell me more. What does this mean?
So now, remember, you got to go back to the concept of what are we talking about when we're talking about poor? We're not talking about broke. I know a lot of broke people, broke-ass people. I was broke, and I can spot them, though, after talking for 5 minutes. I'm looking at this person. I'm like, oh, that kid's got a rich mindset. Like, that kid is going to be a multimillionaire. I don't even care what profession they go in, because they've got the thinking of a rich person. They got a rich mindset. Meanwhile, I know people who are making big money, and they got a poor mindset, man. These people have multiple Ivy League degrees, multiple 6-figure incomes. The way that they're living their life, it's like full throttle all the way down. They've got the most expensive apartment they can afford. They got the most expensive clothes they can afford. They're trying to keep up with the Joneses. That is a poor mindset. That is a poor mindset. And you want to distance yourself from people who have a poor mindset. And there's a very important psychological reason for this. We are wired to pay close attention to the people closest to us. Most of our time on Earth, we're in tribes of 100 to 150 people. And I want you to think about, who is your tribe? Who are these 5 to 10 people that you confide in? They have a profound impact on your life and how you handle money. And if they're out there driving really expensive cars that are really pushing the throttle down on what they can afford, and really expensive clothes and luxury watches, you're going to get sucked right into that. And you might be thinking, yeah, that's okay. That's how rich people spend. It's actually not. It's actually not. In this book, we go through all the stats on how most rich people actually spend, and they tend to be savers and investors. So you have to start distancing yourself. Now, we're not saying to ditch all your friends from high school or ditch your family. Like, what I think you should do is actually share this with them. How exciting is it to have the people you love most along this financial freedom journey with you? Try it. Give them a copy of the book. Have conversations with them. Invite them to read things. My best friends are always giving me books. Hey, Brad, you should read this book.
Same.
And I love it. I love it because it's like these are hustlers. They're trying to look at how they think about life and try to upgrade and level up. I love it. Give me the book. And my favorite moments are, oh my gosh, I've been looking at it all wrong. Like, I love those moments because that is I know I'm ready to change at that point. So you want to surround yourself with people who are either a step or two ahead of you, but have this mindset. And you want to distance yourself from people that are going to suck you down the wrong path, because we're human beings, we're herd animals, we're tribal, and our tribe has a profound impact on us, especially around our money. So good. And also completely irrelevant note, but I think I need to get out of the sun. Look how tan I am and look how white you are. Like, we got to get our skin tones a little closer, right? From pickleball. You play, this is the difference. You play indoor, I play outdoor. That's the problem. Anyways, sunscreen's a good thing. Okay, sorry. This is the first webinar we're allowed to make jokes, right? Okay, here's your next test. Everyone get ready. Let's see who's going to pass this one.
Okay.
We're watching in the comments.
Who would be a poor friend? This is all you have to make this decision. Answers in the Q&A in the comments. Left or right?
Don't name names. We don't want you to name your best friends on here. Call them out.
Who would be the poor friend? Who's the poor friend here? This is all you have to judge. Look, that's a private jet on the right. I mean, I think the answer is pretty obvious here, but
Well, those pretty nice shoes. I mean, they look subtle, but
I mean, this guy is clearly, he's like, there's nothing in his pockets. Nothing in his pockets. Okay, everyone.
what do you think her haircut costs?
Ooh, definitely $200. I would say $200, 250, 250. Okay. You guys got your answers in 3, 2, 1. What if we told you that the person on the right is flying first class, or excuse me, not first class, private jet? They inherited money. Their parents passed away. Their parents were like, they left them maybe like $2-3 million. And so this woman is living large. She's traveling everywhere. She's flying private. She's doing fine dining. But this person, like, she already quit her job and she is just spending. And literally 1 year from now, those $3 million can be gone. So this is a great demonstration of, on paper, lots of money. Up here, poor mindset. Spending.
I can tell she's rich, Adrian, because of her picture on Instagram. Like, clearly she is.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, look at that jet. Look at that nice outfit. She
Yeah.
must be rich.
And look at the guy in the left, right. He doesn't have any money. He doesn't have any money. He immigrated here. He's working. He's working at a job and paying for college at the same time. And I would say 5 years from now, this guy could be a millionaire because he's working in IT and he's busting his ass to make it happen. And he's saving every single dollar. He's living on the floor at friends' places. Like he's like scraping it by. And this person actually is your rich friend. The person on the left, that's not the friend you want to have. This is just a spender who just happened to come across money. So here's the tough thing. On the surface, and this is the problem with Instagram and social media today, on the surface, you cannot tell if someone has a rich or poor mindset. It's impossible. You do not know behind the scenes because rich is loud and rich can be faked, and wealth is quiet. You don't know what's happening behind the scenes. But speaking of people that are immigrants and living on in their parents' houses, Brad has an incredible story of one of his clients who became a billionaire. What's that one like?
Oh my gosh. So we've already talked about this for our next book, just really diving into the psychology of these billionaires. And we know a few. And the guy's story was so profound. Like at the end of this story, this is the thought I had. No American can ever compete with an immigrant. That was my conclusion. And what this guy did is he came over here from an impoverished country. His father had passed away, so it was just his single mom, he and his brother. By the way, his brother's a billionaire too. It's insane. They had nothing. They had nothing at all. He couldn't speak the language. He failed second grade. Everything was stacked against him. He was the wrong color, the wrong religion, the wrong language for success in the United States, right? All these barriers against him. He got his first job around age 14, 15, 16, working in a restaurant. He's over there working a fry machine, grunt labor. And he thought while he's making fries, he said, one of these days I'm going to own this restaurant. And not only that, I'm going to own all of them. Like this kid's mindset. And I wonder what the other kids were thinking. I know what they were thinking. They were thinking, I'm going to take this paycheck. And now that I have a job, I'm going to go buy a brand new F-150. And by the way, all sorts of people are very willing to sell you that. Like they will give you the worst credit or the worst interest rates possible to get you in these cars. I worked with kids in low income areas. It happened all the time. It happens in the military all the time. People are just waiting to take your money. That's what they're focused on. This guy then later became a mechanic. He didn't want to become a mechanic, but he figured, what can I go to school for the least amount of time and make the most money? He saved 95% of his income for like 5 to 7 years. Slept at his mom's house, ate ramen noodles, didn't buy one stitch in new clothes, took the bus, saved up money, bought a restaurant. He bought a franchise. This guy owns about 300 of them now.
Jeez.
All sorts of restaurants. And he's a billionaire. so inspiring.
Insane.
And so that is really the mindset of people who go from rags to riches. They're thinking about the future. They're thinking about, how can I take the money now and invest it, and so that I can grow? Not, I'm going to go buy stuff.
I love it.
Buying stuff keeps you poor.
I love it. Okay, here's some helpful tips right now as you analyze your friends and sometimes family, which is kind of sad. But it's not saying you got to get rid of them. It's just about limiting your time and spending with people who can lift you up instead of bring you down. Poor friend flags. They complain. They make excuses. They blame. They gossip. They spend over their means. Especially, and again, we're talking in the context and the lens of finance. All right. They complain why they aren't making the money that they should. They make excuses as to why, like, maybe an investment wrong when an investment was investing into an ape NFT and they lost it all. Right. So they don't really know investments. They blame the government. Gosh, the president, man, can you believe what the president's doing? I'm never going to, like, they keep bringing me down. They gossip. Like, can you see, like, can you believe what the neighbor did? Like, and then they spend over their means. And these honestly are things that you, like, I don't know anyone in my close friends who do these. Like, and I'll share really transparently, I don't think he's on this webinar, but one of my best friends my whole life, he was actually my best man in my wedding. He had all these. And it took me a long time to realize it. And you know what happened when we disengaged relationship? It was really hard. My life exponentially grew. Like, what I didn't realize is that he was my anchor and he was holding me back. And so it's really tough, especially when it comes to family. But, you know, out of love, here's things you can do. You could try to counteract these things, but again, it's always tough when it's someone that it's closer you grew up with. And I've definitely experienced that. Rich friend flags. Again, keep in mind the last slide, poor friends, there was nothing about money. And we didn't say poor friends, people that have less than $100 in the bank. Nope, that does not matter at all because it's a mindset. Same with rich friends here. Notice there's nothing about money. People with over $1 million of net worth. Nope, that's not what a rich friend is. A rich friend is someone that loves learning. A rich friend is someone that inspires you, that someone that lifts you up, someone that likes talking about other people's success and yours. This is a new one, especially if you don't have rich friends. Rich friends talk about your success. And actually, this one still makes me uncomfortable when I did something that's really great. And, you know, because I'm trying to stay humble and I almost don't like talking about some of my stuff anymore. That's doing well. And my friends will brag for me. Actually, you noticed it. We did not plan this at the beginning of this webinar. I took time to brag about Brad. I bragged about him. And then I didn't ask him to do this, but then Brad, he bragged about me. Again, that's like something that a rich friend does. They lift you up and they talk about your successes. And if you don't have anyone in your life that's doing this, you need to find someone. And by the way, if you stay to the end, we have a community that's just for you where we can lift you up as well. And then the final here, they live under their means. No matter how much money you make, living under your means, it's super powerful. And if you're starting to feel the momentum of starting to think rich, comment yes. If you're starting to feel that energy of like, oh, I'm starting to get it. I'm getting some right ideas. I'm getting some directions. I'm starting to think rich. Awesome.
I hear a yes. Can we get a yes? Can you feel it? You know, Adrian, it's so funny. Those slides, it never crossed my mind. You're right. We didn't mention money once, and we didn't keep it out. We didn't keep it out strategically. It just never crossed our mind when we're talking about what's the poor mindset, what is the rich mindset, what's a poor friend, what's a rich friend.
It's crazy.
Again, it's so predictable. It's so predictable. You get around people who have that rich mindset, they're of course going to be rich. They're going to be rich in money. They're going to be rich in love. They're going to be rich in success and reputation, in just joy of life. And so the cool thing about this rich mindset and how to start thinking rich, this transcends just money, and it leads to happiness in your relationships. It leads to abundance in the world.
I love it. Okay, this next one is really harsh. Like, get ready. I'm sorry if this offends. Okay.
Embracing.
Only poor people think the system is rigged. Ouch. Comment the word ouch if you were like, damn, that sounds rough. Or actually, I noticed that on the Zoom here, you can raise your hand. If you think that's actually like a little rough comment, can we get a bunch of people to raise their hand right now? Oh my gosh, it makes a little sound. It goes boop, boop, boop. That's funny. Yeah. That is the sound of me getting canceled. I don't know if they can hear that sound, but I can hear that sound. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. But I mean, this is what the media is peddling to us. Homelessness is a byproduct of systemic racism. 70% of Americans say U.S. economy system unfairly favors the powerful. Story about 2 pairs of boots illustrates how rich people get richer in ways poor people can't. A white author calculated just how much racism has benefited her. Here's what she found. Right? This is what we're seeing. This is what the media is peddling to us, and it's an election year, so it's like it's crazy how bad it is. So here's what's crazy, though. What's even crazier, and this is the stat that the media is never going to share, and this is a stat that Brad has literally studied. You got to hit us up with what is the actual news, Brad?
Well, I mean, I think it's important to say, and we talk about this in the book too, that life is not fair. Like, we're not here saying, oh, capitalism is the best thing ever, and life is fair, and we all started out exactly where we should have started out. No. It's not. None of it's fair. None of it's fair. And in the spirit of that, though, and living in the truth of that, 80% of millionaires are self-made in the United States. And so the reason why we went after this, the poor mindset around things are rigged. And think about what that means. Rigged means that essentially this: no matter what I do, success is impossible. That's the problem with the word rigged. It basically, you are now going to stop. And the thing that really gets me fired up and angry is when I see people really peddling that for their own benefit. And politicians do it all the time. By the way, on every political party, we're not picking on one in particular, they all do it. People who are trying to gain influence and power will try to they sell you on your powerlessness. That's how they get power. So there's this entire movement around selling this. And so if you hear the stat that 80% of millionaires are self-made and you want to fight against it, okay? And for example, the ones I always get on social media are people saying, yeah, self-made, like, you know, you had someone change your diaper. You know, there's and it's like, whoa. Of course, right? That's not what self-made means. So you're changing the definition to make yourself right. Self-made just essentially means this: you didn't inherit any money. So literally, you're broke. There's no money in your bank account, and now you have millions. Yes, and you got it on your own. Now, to me, I'll tell you. So I grew up thinking the system was rigged, Adrian. I did. I grew up. I didn't know any rich people. My family was hardworking, God-fearing, good people. Why did we have no money? Well, I'll tell you why we didn't have any money. It's because these rich people, they set the whole system up against us. My education's inferior. They have these special schools. You know, I mean, there's a whole list of things that you can think of that way. But this stat blew my mind because I was like, oh my God, are you serious? By the way, there are many countries right now, most times in history, this was impossible. And many countries right now, and I'm thinking of European countries right now. I got a friend from Italy, and he's like, you can never go from rags to riches there. Like, whatever class you're born in, that's where you stay, unless you know someone in the government or you know someone in the mob. That's it. There is no upward mobility. So for me, what an incredible piece of news. This should make you really, really excited. And if you want to fight against it, this is the mindset I want you to really sit back and challenge and just wonder about, because it's that pushing away of these types of truths and stats that are real that make me worry about you. That is a poor mindset. We need you to be open-minded. Wealthy people, rich mindsets are open-minded. Amazing.
Okay. Here's the test for this next one. I need you guys to really try hard on this one, especially if it makes you feel uncomfortable. I want you to imagine that there's glasses I'm going to give you right now, and you're about to put these glasses in which you're going to see the world differently. And the lens I want you to put on is that money is actually a game. And this is going to be especially challenging if money right now comes from a place of trauma, comes from a place of scarcity. But right now, for the sake of this experiment and lesson, I want you to put it on like, okay, I'm imagining now money is a game. What does that mean? Well, games. What are games? Games are something you typically do for fun. Pickleball. Just in case you don't know, I'm so much better than Brad here at Pickleball. I just want to say for the record. But pickleball is a game. It has its own set of rules. Like, for example, it's different from tennis. There's the kitchen, which is this part of the court that you can't step in and hit the ball in the air. But there's different rules, right? And if you want to get good at pickleball, you have to learn how to play. Soccer totally different game. And that has different rules. You actually can't use your hands. It's all about feet, right? Does anyone play soccer or pickleball? If so, please comment in the chat. But this is what's happening with money. Is money, there's different ways of like the rich people game, like and how they operate and how they understand how to play the game to become wealthy and financial freedom. That's also a game, and you have to also play the rules. But here's what's happening. People that don't know the rules are basically, maybe they learn how to play pickleball, but then they show up to a soccer match with their pickleball paddle and their pickleball, and they are so confused. They don't know how to play. They just got slide tackled and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm hurt. I'm injured. And this is exactly what's happening is when it comes to money, people don't actually understand the rules. So when you don't understand the rules, guess what you think? Well, this sport's rigged. I could never win this game. Like I could never be rich because, and where that comes from is not understanding that it is a game. There's multiple games. And if you view the world and lens as a game, you'll first understand, okay, what game am I in? How do the rules work? And should I play this game? Because there's also different, if you kind of take money out and you start to apply like how you make money, there's all different types of games. Anyone here, I see a lot of people from some of my classes, for example, I teach you one game, which is how to make money online. That's a game. Totally different rules than, for example, how to make money at a 9-to-5, which is a different type of game. So it's, again, first putting on that lens what a game is. Also, Brad, I see you snuck this slide in here. Did you just want to let everyone know that you won a pickleball tournament?
Well, I've only played in one, but you can see me on the top there. And I forgot I put a little circle on there too.
Oh, just so everyone it was clear, that's Dr. Brad in first place. Okay, but it's a game. Like, for example, I guess I'll run with this. I showed Brad how to play pickleball 18 months ago, and then he got obsessed with playing. And by the way, the first time I played with him, he was so bad. He was so bad.
I played tennis in college. I'm like, pickleball.
Right. And actually, that's a great analogy of people that, for example, there's high income earners that make a lot of money. And then there's the assumption, well, if I make a lot of money, that means I should be good at investing it. I should be good at saving. And it does not translate. Just as tennis does not translate to pickleball, because I whooped your ass 18 months ago. It was embarrassing. And now look. And now look at Brad. He's winning tournaments now. So it's a great analogy of money. It's like you have to learn how money works, how it operates, how to save, how to manage your debt, how to invest. Because especially the word invest, when I say invest, is it the same thing? Are we talking about the same thing? Because usually it's not. Like when I think the word investment, when I talk to Brad, we're talking about the same thing. When I talk to most people, they're like actually gambling and they think it's investing. It's sad. So you have to learn the rules. So the first question to ask is like, what game are you in? Do you know the rules? And then now that you have awareness of what the rules are, do you want to keep playing? So, for example, day trading. Day trading, it's a game. It's this idea that we have the ability to analyze the stock market, see what's trending and going up and what's going to be the next big thing, and then buying when it's low and selling when it's high, right? That's the rules. But to know the rules, you also have to know that 95% of day traders over a 30-year time period actually lose money. And so even if you were to actually have all that awareness where you're playing in a game where there's only 5% winners, do you really think that's a game worth playing? What do you think, Brad?
Well, Adrian, I'm so glad you're talking about it. And day trading is even worse. It's like 97 or 98%. Get this. So literally yesterday, I was talking to a buddy of mine who's a hedge fund guy, and he day trades. That's what he does for a living. Millions and millions of dollars he trades. And it's so funny I'm talking to him because I know all the stats on this. I already know the answer. 70% of these funds go belly up every single year, by the way. And I said, so do you day trade with your own money? And the guy laughed. He's like, are you kidding me? I would never day trade with my own money. I get paid to do this because people want me to do this. And essentially, he didn't say this, but there's so many idiot investors out there, and they want to pay extra money to get people to try to squeak out a higher return, even knowing that there's a 70% chance this year they're going to lose all their money. So it's the absolute wrong game. And again, this is where I felt like the system was rigged, because I felt like rich people had access to special investments and they had access to all this stuff. But I can tell you right now, I work with ultra wealthy people. I'm a managing principal of a registered investment advisory. We manage $700 million for ultra wealthy people.
Damn.
Like, I know exactly how wealthy people invest now. And by the way, I did not know it all. And they don't do any of that stuff. They don't. You know what they do? They focus on making more money so they can invest more money. And the last thing they want to do, and this is a real false thing that people think, oh, rich people take extraordinary risks, you know, with their money. Not at all. These people are actually more conservative than most lower income people I know, who are willing to roll the dice in Vegas, like a significant percentage of their income. They're willing to try to trade on Robinhood, you know, to make money and to gamify. Rich people don't do that at all. The big risks are being taken by people, and it's really sad. Like, what's the biggest risk you see people spend money on all the time? It's the lottery. It's like you're just giving the money away. You know, it's a sucker's bet. So that's not what wealthy people do. So you really need to understand, what is the mindset, what is the game in terms of how rich people invest. And they're not looking to beat the market. I'm just telling you straight up. And I know that as I'm saying this, you're like, oh, I don't know, this clown's full of shit. Just being honest with you. I'm trying to tell you the truth. If they were doing something else, I would tell you what they're doing right now. And not only that, I'd be doing it with all of my clients. But you got to understand the game. Otherwise, you're going to feel like everything is stacked against you, because the rules are, you know, and if here I am, I'm a white, bald dude, you know, Adrian's a Mexican guy. You might be saying, yeah, well, you guys, because of this, because of that. What we encourage you to do is find somebody that you find credible. Find somebody that is a model of somebody that comes from the family you came from, the neighborhood that you came from, that looks like you, talks like you. There are so many examples of people who've been able to, despite the system being unfair and the world being unfair. And by the way, I think it'll always be unfair, although we should strive to make it more fair. It's always going to be unfair. Find somebody who's been able to transcend, because what you need to do in your head is say, if they can do it, then so can I. So we want you to, whether it's us, we're trying to be that inspiration for you. If you're like, not really feeling it, you know, because I'm a woman and you're not, find somebody that you can really relate to, because we do believe it's possible for you. And there's so many examples of people who came from where you came from, facing the same barriers, who've been able to do it. So we know you can do it too.
Amazing. I love it. I love it. This is so good, fam. If you guys feel like you're already starting to think rich, comment the word yes, because we're about to drop an amazing opportunity for those that are willing to go to the next level here. But this has been great. So those are 3 harsh truths, but really when you dive into them, they're actually not so harsh. They're actually, I think, really awakening and amazing, I think, in terms of like how to get wealth. Like we don't want to be soft. We want to be rigid. We want to be tough because we love you guys. This is why we created this book, Start Thinking Rich. And we're so excited. This is my first book. I actually got the books today. So I'm really, really pumped. I know.
Is that a copy? That's not just a prop?
No, this one's the prop one. I should have brought it in before the webinar. I was like scrambling to get here. But I don't know if my wife can hear me. Ashley, maybe you can grab me a real book.
I got them all in the box because I'm gonna videotape me.
Yes. Oh yeah, you got to do a proper opening. But here's what's really exciting. We have a really crazy opportunity for everyone here because our book comes out October 29th, and we have a really like almost stupid incentive, like a no-brainer incentive for you to actually sign up and with our programs, which are going to cost thousands of dollars, and you're going to get a crazy discount. You're not even going to believe the price. And really why we're making it such a great offer is because we just want you to get this book and change your life with it. And so we've really put it on the line. So I hope you guys are already starting to think rich. So you already walked away with enough value that's helped you challenge the way you're thinking of how rich people think, especially when it comes to money. And so if you want to learn all the 21 harsh truths, please comment the word rich. And we're about to show you an incredible offer here. So Dr. Brad Klontz and I teamed up. It's the first time we've ever teamed up together in this capacity. It's also the first time I just want to mention for Dr. Brad Klontz, he's ever created content for, I'm just going to call me, including like regular people. Like if you want to work with Dr. Brad Klontz, like you got to be worth lots of money. We're talking millions and hundreds of millions of dollars. But it took a lot of convincing, but actually it didn't really take convincing. I basically hit up Brad and I was like, dude, if we want to make an impact, we got to help people who aren't already rich. We got to help people get rich. And so we created an incredible community masterclass and so many amazing stuff that's about to release in October 29th when our book launches. So our community, which is already live, you can already join, although it's about to ramp up. a paid newsletter, which we have not released yet, which is about to launch. And then also we have a bunch of planning sheets. What you'll learn, yes, there is some spreadsheets with numbers when you start managing. I promise, don't be scared or nervous. It's we basically teach you how to systemize it so that you're not lost. We're like actually having a system and automating it. You're going to get used to us saying these things a lot, because this is the secret of how you invest and get rich, is like you have to automate it. Actually, when I invest, I actually don't know. I don't know when I invest. I just know it's on the first week of every month. And actually it's a good thing, because if I have to consciously invest, I'm going to fail because of emotions. But again, we'll get into that later. We have different calculators. Again, if like trying to plan out like how much should you invest, how much debt do you have, and like really having a mathematical formula of like your path to financial freedom and the fastest way to get there. You have to know your numbers. And if you don't, you need this even more, because we can help you, teach you, educate you, and even do it with you. So you know your numbers. Because this is one thing that Brad pioneered, is a concept called money scripts. And what's the one where you don't want to look at the numbers because they're kind of bad?
Yeah, it's money avoidance. It's like, oh, I don't want to look at it, and you put your head in the sand, and for good reason. You're stressed. You don't want to face it.
Yes. And so we want to help you conquer those so you can feel confident about your plan, even if you have to start from a negative position, which we've been there before. But author only sessions, a lot of behind the scenes, our masterclass. Okay. I'm just going to flash really quickly. This is how much everything's going to cost, literally in 14 days. That's the actual price point. But just for being here today, you don't have to pay $6,700, almost $7,000. And this is only for people here on this webinar. This is only because we have not released this yet. It's all basically a pre-order for being early, which is awesome. And our price today is $1 when you get our new book, Start Thinking Rich. And there's a few steps in order to do this. It's a little, it's not too much, but I think for what you're going to get, it's totally worth it. So if you're interested in embarking on this journey with us to start thinking rich, the website that I would highly recommend, I'm going to walk you through this right now so we can get you all the information today, right now we're on this live, and also give you a shout out for those that join, is go to startthinkingrich.com/early, because you guys are all early. This is literally our first webinar we've done, and we're 14 days out from launching. Instead of charging, again, $6,700, which we will in 14 days, when you buy and pre-order our book, it's actually just going to be $1 whole. So really awesome. And then this is essentially how it works. Is a few steps. Uh-oh.
By the way, in the comments to Adrian's like, are you kidding me?
I know.
Like, I'm kidding you. Like I was just in Austin, and we spent an entire weekend after weeks and actually months of creating our masterclass. And we've got so many hours of incredible content in there. I'm so excited about it. Adrian's doing some, I'm doing some. It's so good, and it's free. And why are we doing it? Well, we want people to buy the book. There's no money in books, by the way. We're looking for maximum impact here. We want to get this book in the hands of as many people as possible. Adrian and I are doing fine financially. We're doing this from passion. It's from passion, you know. So we want to get people in there. We want to get people buying it. We want to get people reading it. That's why we're doing it. Awesome.
It looks like I am experiencing a little tech difficulty. Looks like my images aren't loading. I had it all laid out here of the steps to do this. So I'm actually going to just do it with you guys live here. So check this out. So you're going to go to startthinkingrich.com/early. You'll put that into your URL. And then this is the first step, is you have to order the book on Amazon. And if you skip this step, you will get caught. So please don't try to just get all of our stuff for $1. There's a little bit of an honor system, but we will catch it. We just probably wouldn't catch it today, but my team is basically looking, because there's going to be a place where you have to upload proof that you got the book. But I know everyone here is honest, because rich people, they're actually, the good rich people, they're honest, right? So
I'll say this too. A lot of people have said, oh, I've already bought it. Yes, that's all you need. You don't need to go buy this again. We're just looking for you to upload proof of purchase.
Yes.
Picture of your checkout.
If I know we have some people that, or if you've already bought it, you can actually go ahead and fill out this form here. And then, because it does include a lot of offers that we haven't released yet today. Like one of them, for example, is, again, you don't have to do this. This is optional. Everything here is just for $1. But there's this one script the money script concept that Dr. Brad Klontz has pioneered. And this is an exam that you actually cannot get anywhere else unless you're worth, again, hundreds of millions of dollars. But this is what he gives to rich people to help understand their money scripts, which drive their financial decisions. And so this is something that, again, optional, but you can totally add it there. But here's the first step. Actually, before I do that, do you want to talk about money scripts real quick?
Yeah, so these are the beliefs we have about money, and you've gotten them from your parents, your grandparents. Many of us don't even know where we got them. They can come from generations. And I've studied over 100,000 people now, like actual studies that we publish, and we train financial advisors in recognizing these things. So I have 3 tests that I license out to financial planners to use with their clients. And it's a pretty hefty price tag to get access to those. And we're bringing them to you. So their assessment of your financial health, like it'll give you a score. What's your financial health? Where are you at? We, of course, want to improve that. What are your beliefs around money? We have 4 specific patterns we found. What are they? How are they impacting you? These things predict your income, your net worth, and there's some tips on how to address them. And then I also have a test in there that looks at your financial behaviors, sort of screen. Like, do you have problems with gambling? Do you have problems with overspending? It's not meant to diagnose you, but it'll flag these issues that you should probably pay attention to.
That's so amazing. So again, that is optional. You just give a click right here and then you can add that. And it's a test that I took. It's freaking amazing. Like, it's crazy how much like you think you know about yourself until you take this test and you're like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. And it's super life-changing. Okay. So startthinkingrich.com/early will get you to this page. And then your very first step is you get the book. So you just give this a click here. That should open up Amazon. And for sometimes I get like, Amazon's evil. I'd rather go local. You can definitely get it. There's other places to get it,
Yeah,
but
we don't care where you get it.
yeah,
Trying to make it.
you just got to show proof that you purchased the book. So then you would just click here. You would click pre-order. And then once you do that, you'd actually come back here. You'd fill out the form. You would decide if you want to get the optional money script exam for the psychology of money. And then you click get access. And after you do that, there actually are a couple different opportunities that we call these one-time offers, which include a 6-week kind of money makeover boot camp. And then also a mastermind where these are just other opportunities. And I won't go into the details of that because the main thing we want to do is just get this book in your hand. And also, and that's why the price is so insane. It's just $1, is because like, that's how badly we want you to read this book and change your life, is that we're willing to basically put, and the fact you're here early, that's your congratulations award for being really early, because in 14 days, we're going to do the same thing, but then we're going to say it's $5,000. So that's one way. And again, congratulations for being early. We're so happy. Like the people that are early, whenever I launch something, those are my special people. I always like to incentivize them, reward them. But then, and then there's other opportunities once you get access, and then you should be able to see in the community. And then today, once you're in the community, please give us, the first thing is just like your homework assignment, just introduce yourself. And then I always say, like, it's a money group. And right now, money might be something that is private. You don't really talk about money. This is a safe place. So we talked about having rich friends. Maybe you don't have a rich friend right now. Guess what? Everyone in this group is considered your rich friend. I will be your rich friend. So introduce yourself and also share as much as you'd like to share about where you're at with money. One of the things I think that I like learning about is like what people's goals are with money. For example, when you have financial freedom, how would you like to spend your time? I always love that. And actually is super great in terms of like achieving your goals. When you have a clear vision, it's important to have. So I don't know if Brad, also, if you have already done this, if you've ordered the book on this live webinar, or maybe before, give us a shout out to know that you have. And then once you fill out the form, so we'd love to give you a shout out here on this webinar. And then also any other questions you have about what you learned today, or if you're struggling, or if there's any, this is our first time. So if we do have a couple of tech issues, please let us know. We want to make sure it's all working all right. But Brad, have you seen any people?
Yeah, so we got some questions in here. So we have some people actually here who are already in the group.
Cool.
And they're saying, well, do I need to do anything else? Well,
yes.
You get the masterclass. You're going to get that already, right? So, but go ahead.
Yes, you still, okay. So because of these offers, for example, this one, and then also, what's behind the scenes. Yeah, this is different. This is why I did a post in the group that what you guys already have. So everything you're looking at here is different. There is the overlap of the masterclass, but again, that's $1. So this is totally different things than what you already have. But on top of also the masterclass that you're going to get. So it is different. So if you are interested in the money script exam, and then plus the other offers, right now, this is the first time we've ever released it to the public. And then if you have any questions afterwards, just let us know, and then you can tag Brad or I in the group on that. What other questions do we have? Any shout outs of people we should give who have the book already, or just signed up?
No, but other people are like, oh, I bought it months ago. I would just encourage you to go wherever you bought it, look into your, your shopping cart, and take a picture with your phone and upload it. I mean, that's essentially what we're looking for. And then we're not going to throw it through AI and do a forensic analysis of the picture. We just need to gatekeep this to some degree. So just do your best with that.
Awesome. Yes.
We're giving away all this stuff.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that people didn't bought the book. So
it's yes. And yeah, the main reason is we want to get that book in your hands. Again, that's startthinkingrich.com/early. And this is the first time we've ever released it. I think it is a no-brainer offer. I know I've never charged as low as $1 before. But I think I showed it real time, but this is essentially how it should work. Okay, cool. I'm gonna share my screen again. I got my slides to load. Here we go. So here's again, if you do already have the book, you should still do this, but you just basically are skipping the part where you get the book. So you go to startthinkingrich.com/early. At the top, again, we're giving all this away that you see on the right here for $1. The people that already have a book because of like a Facebook link or other promotion through email, they basically already get this. They already have masterclass, but not including is all of the tools, resources that we have here in the paid newsletter. So that's why you should still sign up on this page, and then you would just upload your screenshot afterwards of the book that you already pre-ordered. So step 1, startthinkingrich.com/early, click on order book. This is the Amazon page. It'll look like this. Hit pre-order. And then step 2 is filling out this form. There's that option if you want to add that money script exam, which I recommend if you want to dive into like some psychology of how you operate on money. I took it and it was really mind-blowing. So it's super great to have. And what's crazy about this, like, if anyone knows, like, I think one of the most popular financial books of our time right now is I Will Teach You How to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi. In that book, they credit and reference money scripts. In like almost all money books that come out today, they talk about money script. And Dr. Brad Klontz is the guy who invented it. So it's fascinating. And then after you,
what your money scripts are too. You're going to take that test. Hit us up on social media in the group. Actually, you're going to be in the group. Let us know what they are. I'd love.
Oh, that's a good call to action. Hi. Yep. Would you be willing to do this for everyone that does sign up and gets it today? Would you be willing to comment back on everyone that says, hey, I took the exam and this is my money script this weekend?
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, that's
tag me in the community. Right?
Holy moly.
Tag, at Dr. Brad Klontz.
I'm really sorry. I'm sorry for putting you on the spot because I feel like you can't like say like, come on, Adrian. But that's really amazing. That just shows how kind and generous Dr. Brad is. So I just want to repeat that for everyone. So if you sign up this form and then you do get the money script exam, take the exam. How long does it take?
I would say the whole battery would probably take you about 20 minutes.
Okay.
So 25 minutes. Yeah,
so it's pretty serious.
It's a thorough analysis.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And there's only like a couple hundred people on here, so I can definitely give you an individual response.
Okay. I also want to say this, because we will have a replay, that is only for people watching this on October 17th and the replay on October 18th. And I also will give a timeline so people aren't like, I took my money script and 3 months later, and you have to post your money script results by, what's the cutoff day? Saturday or Sunday?
Yeah, I would say this weekend. And I'll definitely get to it by the end of next week.
Okay.
Depending on how many we get. So.
Okay. Then let's do that. So that's like a made up offer on the fly here. Oh my gosh, my screen's.
Make up some offers for you this week.
Okay, hold up. Wait a second. I'm all over the place. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so this is a crazy offer on the fly. If you sign up and you get the money script today, October 17th, or the replay October 18th. You have to post it by Saturday. Crap, what date is that?
That's a couple days from now.
Yes,
So
that would be
19th or 19th or 20th. We'll give them till Sunday.
okay. Till 20th. On the 20th, post your results of the exam. Tag Brad, and then he'll be able to give you some pointers on, like, because you have this money script, what things you should watch out for, or combat, or take a look. And then that's the last. This is the last step. Once you sign up, you'll basically get to a place here, and this is where you actually have to upload a screenshot of purchase. And then, of course, this is our community. It looks like this. That's how you know you are in the right place. Wow. That's amazing. Amazing. Okay. I'm going to leave this up here on the screen, and then why don't you field any questions that you have? Now, I feel like, is everyone clear on their homework if they want to join? And then if you have any questions while we're here live, I can stay on for another 5-10 minutes and answer any questions you guys have on money, whether it's personal or just general, anything you'd like to ask us. We are here to help.
Yeah, Thomas says, crazy cool. The two millionaires are being so, is it heated for us? Motivated chumps? We're motivated. We want to help people. That's the bottom line. That's what I'm on earth here to do. The link for the group. So you can get there with that link there /early. Or you can hit us up on social media. We have links all over our social media profiles. So if you're looking for anything, you can find there. We're trying to make it easy. Does the book and class address blocks around earning too? Yes, we have an entire chapter on how your beliefs are keeping you poor. And in there, and actually, if you take the money script exam, I already know what your money script is. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but based on the story you've said, you come from money. Your parents told you you'll never have as much as me. It's crippled me. By the way, that is a very common story, and it's very disempowering. I've heard that story many, many times. So the book definitely covers that. We dive deep into your beliefs around money. I'm getting a lot of people saying, order the book already. Thank you guys so much. Somebody's already gotten the tests. I can't wait to see what your results are.
Actually, let me take a quick pause and keep looking at questions, because it's I actually can't look at my questions on my screen now, but I finally got access to where I could give shout outs to people who already did sign up right now. So I definitely want to give love to, let me scroll back to the first person, because this person is actually the first person who signed up on our very first offer. Lisa M. Carpenter. She spent $1 whole. It's the best dollar that you've ever spent. Congratulations. Thank you for being here. And then we had Tori, and she was actually our Tori Kiss. She was the very first person who got our money script. So congratulations. And can't wait to see your post in the group. And then also Paula Dixon got the money script. Super. Dude, you're going to have to work with a lot of people here. Michael Landis is in the group. Super awesome. Marissa McCall, she signed up for the money script. That's amazing. Elizabeth is in the group. Courtney signed up for a money script. Victoria's in the group. Jerry's in the group. Lauren Kramer is in the group. Allison Bowie. Oh, what's up, Allison? I know Allison. So super cool. She got the money script. Jody Williams got the money script. Marcelli, oh, you have a hard last name, Iskander, got the money script. Megan Duffy got the money script. Doug Clark got the money script. Cheryl got the money script. Sonia is in the group. Sean got the money script. Andrea got the money script. Corin. Oh, I lost you. Corin.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to be so busy this week. I love it.
Corin got the group. Sherry got the money script. Jeff got the money script. Awesome. I think I got through everyone.
I gotta say, you guys are so lucky that you're here. Like we're doing this webinar like almost every night until our book comes out. We're not doing this offer.
No.
This is night number 1. We love you guys. We're super stoked. We're passionate about helping you. We're excited for you. I got a question here. What if we purchase the audiobook? That's totally fine. All we need is a screenshot. It doesn't have to be at Amazon. It can be at Barnes & Noble. It can be anywhere. Just let us know you got it. We want to give you access to this.
Yeah. So that's startthinkingrich.com/early. Looks like people are really taking advantage of that money script, which is awesome. There's also some other offers that happen after that. And you'll always have opportunities for those later if it's not the right time, but super cool. Oh, wait, I don't know. Who did I give shout out to last? Well, let me just extra shout out. So Shari got the money script. Congratulations. Jeff Dodson got the money script, and Fabian Smith just got the money script. Jim Wachtel just got the money script. Jim, dude. Okay, I didn't know Jim was here, but Jim, I actually was on the phone with him earlier. He's my very first mentor I ever had in my whole life. Dude, I'll have to just talk about Jim for a quick second. So when Jim changed my life. Jim gave me a book that changed my life. He was like really tuned in to this new world. This is back in 2010 on people that were starting to make money online and talk about it. And so because of Jim, he gave me a book called The 4-Hour Work Week. That book changed. Jim. So Jim's awesome. And so that's really amazing. Thank you. I can't believe Jim is here, and that's super cool. So Jim is going to be in the group, and also got a money script. Dude, Kurt's in the house. What's up, Kurt? He just got the money script. Amazing. Herb.
Get in the group if you're not in the group too. I mean, don't just get those money scripts.
Oh, sorry.
You gotta tell us about it.
Every single person that I mentioned got a money script is also in the group. I just wasn't saying both. I could say both.
Okay, awesome.
But yes, let's see. We got, let's see. Herb is in the group and community. Congratulations. David is also in the community. Congratulations. Christopher Remick, just got the money script. Setera Fisher just got the money script, and holy moly, we just got our very first monthly mastermind, which is one of the upsells I didn't talk about. It's kind of secret. Congratulations, Herb. You are the
right now. It's just the three of us, baby. You're gonna get all of our attention.
No, but actually, I didn't want to dangle the carrot for this, but I did have this in mind, and this might flood other people to do this, but. Herb, because you are our very first person to be in the monthly mastermind, Brad and I actually see Brad next week. We're going to sign one of our copies of Start Thinking Rich. And we're going to also, on top of you already getting one, we're going to send you an officially signed copy. That's one way we can say thank you for taking that leap of faith and joining our monthly mastermind. We can't wait to have you. And yeah, that's super awesome. It's going to be life-changing. And basically the monthly mastermind, you can only see it if you join. And it's one of the options to join. And it works like this. So one thing my wife and I do is every single month we have this money meeting. And if you don't have a partner to do this with, you can do it all by yourself. You don't have to have a partner. But if you do have a partner, this is something you're going to want to invite them in on, because I think two heads are better than one when it comes to your finances. And every single month we go through all of our expenses. We go through everything we bought. We go through all of our investments. We ask the question, are we still on the right path? We go through all of our income, expenditures, subscriptions. And basically we do this like housekeeping thing. It's called like a power hour. And in this power hour, we can manage our entire financial portfolio. And in this monthly mastermind, I'm actually going to do it with you. So what's really cool about this is a lot of people, first of all, are not doing this. It's like, hey, okay, real story. Last week I was in a mastermind in Austin, and I was an expert, and there was a person in the hot seat, and she makes $50,000 a month. She makes $17,000 profit after that. So she's a high income earner, and she has $100,000 in debt as a business loan. And so I asked her, how much is the interest rate? And she said, I don't know. That's insane. It's insane. But again, I'm not shaming. I'm just saying, like, and when I asked her, I was like, why don't you know your debt interest rate? And she said, I don't want to look at it because I don't think it's good. And again, what is that, Brad?
Yeah, it's money avoidance.
Money avoidance, which is a money script. Okay. So if you're someone that doesn't know your own numbers in math, we're going to make that uncomfortable comfortable, because knowledge and knowing is power. That's how you understand where you're at, your trajectory. So we can change it in case that trajectory is going down. We can change that and move the needle and make sure it's up. So Herb's going to be our very first person in our mastermind. It's super great because we have a limited capacity that's not like open to everyone. And so you're really early. Plus the price point that you're at is a price point that's not going to be around for long.
I'm getting questions that after purchase.
Yeah. So actually,
Did you get an email?
they do get an email. Let me show you that
Check your
real.
spam if you don't see the email.
I'll pull it up right now. Because I
Okay, we have some people asking and other people saying, "Yep, I got it in the email." So
okay,
if you
perfect.
didn't get it, double check your spam folder. That's usually where it'll land.
Perfect. I'll show you too exactly what it looks like. So let me share my screen here. So you should get an email that looks something like, can you see my email right now, Brad? Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Something, oh wait, I need to move this over here because I am live streaming on multiple places. Let's try this again. All right. So if you do get the money script, you should get an email and it should take a couple minutes, but you'll get a PDF. Looks like this. Start Thinking Rich Money Mindset Quiz. And then this is the money script exams, behaviors exams, financial health exam. And then you can log in the group and then post your results. And Brad, that is up till Sunday. You can post your results.
After each one of those exams, you're going to get an automatic separate email that is going to give you your specific results. And not only that, but an analysis of your results. So after you take those tests, you're going to be inundated with 3 separate reports that are going to be very specific to your results.
Amazing.
So that's what we want you to spend some time reading, get a handle on, and then come to the group and let's talk about it.
I love it. Amazing, amazing. Okay, so and if you don't get that, please hit us up in the group so we can get you that information. But we did double check. I know we had a couple tech issues like the chat not working, but that one is working. But again, sometimes tech issues, they always happen. Cool. Very good, very good. So I want to give, actually, can you answer a couple more questions? I'm going to pull up more shout outs here because we got tons of people who are still joining in here. And I want to show them love.
About people who maybe aren't going through this funnel, they're already in the group. So I ask the group specific questions there. Because with the mastermind is going to be, we're going to be listing in multiple places. Like everyone in the group is going to get the mastermind. I would encourage you if you are.
No, wait.
Pay $1, right?
Hold-
Oh no, that's not true because not everyone has.
That's not true. Okay, so yes. First of all, thank you for getting the book. This and because you got the book, here's what you got. You get our masterclass for free. You already have this. So today on this webinar, we're introducing our first time, our other offers, which if I need to repeat them, I totally can. But this is what you have right now. Can you see my arrow, by the way? Can you see this arrow moving? Okay, perfect. So if you already had the book prior to this webinar, it was not for nothing. First of all, it's an amazing book by itself. But on top of that, you got our masterclass, our main masterclass for free. You already have that. So all this other stuff, plus the other paid offers are not included. So if you want that, I would highly
And by the way, this isn't a recurring dollar fee.
No.
It's a $1 fee, $1.
One-time dollar. One-time dollar. I would highly recommend you sign up for that because this webinar offer we're only doing up until October 29th or November 4th. I think
November 4th, I think. Yep.
November 4th, and then
It's been out 1 week. That's it.
yeah, and then it's over. And then basically we're going to do this webinar, but we're charging the prices that it is worth. So thank you for that question. Again, if that's still confusing, please keep asking and we'll do our best job to explain because it's our first time trying to explain. And it probably is confusing. That's our fault. Okay.
Thank you guys. You're here for the first one. We appreciate you.
Let's give a couple.
From Kauai.
Okay, so my last shout out I gave was Herb. He's the first person that did the monthly mastermind, which is awesome. Debbie has signed up for the money script and is in the group. Awesome. Welcome. Danielle has also signed up for the money script is in the group. That's amazing. Dude, I can't believe how many people are going to do this money script. This is amazing. You guys are about to change your lives because it was really super impactful for me. I cannot wait for you to dive in. Alex is in the community and group. So is Robert. He's in the group. Holly is in the group. Eddie's now in the group. Susan Bain is got the money script and is in the group. Robin McKee. Robin, can we meet in person one day? I feel like, dude, there's some people in your tribe who are like always there and like supporting you. Robin is someone that's like, I don't know how many years like you've been following me, but I just really respect you, appreciate it. And what's really cool, actually, I used to give Robin, sorry, Robin, I'm so sorry. I feel like I've been doing this lately to you. Robin is someone who purchased a bunch of my classes and then was on like a live coaching call. And I think I shared with Robin, like you're spending too much time learning and not enough time doing. And then all that changed this year. She's like really doing so well and making a lot of money, which is really awesome. So now she's crushing it. So now I don't talk about it now. I just say, yo, keep crushing it. So I'm really stoked to see you here, Robin. And Robin's now in the group and also signed up for the money script. Susanna is also just signed up for the community. Corey Lavender just signed up for the community and the money script. And Justin Vachon just signed up for the group and the money script. Epic.
Yeah, I got a question in for Macy. What exactly is the money script? It's a test. It's a series of 3 different tests that look at your financial psychology that I've developed over 20 years of research. It's been used with 100,000 people. We know your psychology after you've taken that test, and we're going to give you the results. We're going to tell you what it means. Doug said, hey, after I take the quiz, should I reply to the email? Don't reply to the email. I'll never see it. Post it in the group, but tag me in the group so I know to so I can locate you in there.
Yes. Also, I just want to say something because I totally overlooked this. If you remember in order to qualify for this price, you first have to order the book. So if you, and again, there's a little bit of like a honor system lag. For example, if you took advantage of the offer, like getting the money script and then you didn't get the book, we will find out. And again, I assume no one's done that. If they did, it was by accident. You have to get the book. That's why we're only charging $1 and then only $27 versus $1,000 for this exam. So the book is the first step. And then that allows you permission and access. Otherwise, if we do catch it, we'll probably catch it next 24 hours in case there's some person that slips. I imagine it'd just be an accident. But
not me, but our staff. We've trained our staff to be very
we trained our staff to be mean. That's so good. Okay. Liz Bello just signed up for the community and the money script. And then Lindsay just signed up for the group and the money script. Amazing. I feel like we might need to cap it, dude. You're going to have a lot of work to do this weekend.
Well, it might stretch out to 2 weeks. I'm going to do my best. Well, I got to mention Tori here. She goes, thank you so much. This is exactly what I've been needing. I love psychology and understanding why I do things. This knowledge will help me pivot and make better choices. That's what it's all about. I love hearing that. And you're in, and we just want to hear about the changes you make. We just want to be a part of that experience for you. That's why we're here.
Love it. So good. Okay. A couple other shout outs. Lindsay Pollumbit. Lindsay Pollumbit. I'll say it with confidence, even if it's wrong. Just signed up for the group and the money script. Welcome. Cindy Smith just signed up for the group and the money script. Welcome. Denise Angarala just signed up for the group and the money script. This is going to be quite an amazing community. And our second monthly mastermind goes to Courtney Montesano. We're also going to sign a copy of Start Thinking Rich, and we're going to send it to you. And that
the one you bought, you can give that to someone you love. The one you're going to keep forever.
Yes, we're going to sign that and give you a copy. So now we have 2 people in our monthly mastermind. Amazing. Super cool. And actually the number escapes me of how many people we have total, but it's a very small group. And we're excited to have.
We want to keep it small. This is something we want to get to know you and work with you over time.
Super cool. So Courtney, thank you so much for being part of it. Can't wait to work with you on a monthly basis and go through our finances and crush it. Beautiful. What other questions do we have?
Let's see here. Can't wait. We're getting a lot of people who are pretty stoked.
Sick.
Andrea's filling out the money script right now.
That's awesome.
Stop. She's working. I love it.
So good.
Thomas, I love that learning versus doing. I have the pre-order. I'm in the group. I love it. We can't wait to get to know you there. Let's see here. So it would help us handle our money better based on our personality. Absolutely. So you have to understand your psychology. You have to understand it. What's so fascinating about these money scripts is I've done dozens of studies on these now, and they predict things like your income and your net worth and your credit card behavior. I mean, there's all these things we know about these beliefs. They link directly to your behaviors. And when you take the test, you're going to get a score, and we're going to tell you what that score means. And if you're too high in some areas, there's some advice and some counsel on what you need to do to lower those scores, because we've identified a pattern associated with the ultra wealthy. And so all right, by the way, this whole start thinking rich thing, this isn't just me and Adrian telling our personal stories. And by the way, we've never talked about this, Adrian, but one of my big pet peeves is watching a book by a billionaire telling you like, oh, this is how he did it. You don't know if that's just his mindset or if she got lucky or whatever. What we've based this book on is research on thousands and thousands of self-made millionaires. And what we're looking for are patterns here. We're not just looking for inspirational stories, and we tell a lot about those, but what is the pattern? Is there a mindset that's true across all of these people? Is there a way of investing that's true across all these people? Is there a money script, a way of thinking about money? That's what we have done in this book, and that's what we're focusing on in the masterclass, in the community, in the newsletter, is to train you in this so that you can understand this. And I'm kind of dumping on some of the other books, but when somebody's writing an autobiography, they don't know. A lot of times people don't even know why they ended up being so successful. And so, and props to them. And I know I learned a lot from people like that, but what I learned more from as a scientist is what's true for the mass. What's true for the mass, the group of these high income earners and these self-made millionaires. What are the patterns? Because those are the things I'm very, very confident. And so our book, our program, our masterclass, we're trying to train you in these because those patterns are what we can replicate.
Amazing. Okay, hold up. Pause the phone for a little bit. I have to give a major shout out. We just had our very first person sign up for a 6-week money makeover boot camp. That's Denise Angarella. Welcome. This is a super small group. Our first one's only going to be 20 people. This is a 6-week masterclass. Again, you only get to see this after you sign up and pay $1. And super pumped for this. This is going to be really life-changing. Every single week, we're diving into starting with the psychology of finance. We go through every single thing, debt, investments, and sometimes the not fun stuff is the debt part. And then we go through creating systems and automating it, systemizing it. So then you have this machine of financial freedom working for you. And that's really awesome that Denise is in there. So you're also going to get a signed copy of the book, but more importantly than that, you're going to be our very first person to get your own Start Thinking Rich swag and also some other goodies, which I'll leave for a surprise for you to get in the mail. So thank you so much for joining that. I'm super pumped to work with you. So now we only have 19 more people that's going to be in our very first 6-week masterclass. And that's really awesome that you locked in. And I'm super pumped. I think in my other programs, we have a lot of testimonials of people that are making money, making their first $1, making $1,000, $10,000 and more. And I think I'm really excited for, and Denise is going to be, I think, the first person, because she's an early action taker and the first person to sign up, is people who feel confident that they're on their track to financial freedom and then hitting that financial freedom number. Because here's the thing, that number is different for all of us. And it really is depending on what lifestyle that you want to live. How do you imagine your days? And I think the reality is that you actually don't need a lot of money to have financial freedom once you have those investments working for you. So I can't wait to get tested the program, and then 6 months later or sooner or later, like I actually am at this point now where I feel like I'm on the path to financial freedom, where I have arrived and now I'm living my dream life. And I feel like, I know that's, for me, that's a big audacious dream to have people like send me those messages, which are way different from the message I get like, Adrian, I made my first $1, I made my first 1,000. But I think that's the biggest reason I wanted to make this book, is to make an impact to get people to financial freedom. So that's really cool. This is going to be first person, Denise. I'm never going to forget that. So thank you for joining, and super pumped to work with you.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you. I'm working, this is Denise. I'm working hard to break generational beliefs for my kids and my family, for me and my kids. I got to tell you, that's a huge inspiration for me, is the whole downline and the family system, and how can I influence my nieces and my nephews. I'm fired up about the whole idea of generational wealth and really trying to change the family system.
So good. Yeah, I feel like I need to like watch out for this saying, but I know I'm not a trust fund kid, and you're not a trust fund kid. We got to watch out for our kids to be trust funds, which can have like a bad connotation. But again, to build legacy wealth, but also teach them legacy like mindset. It's like, that's the dream, right?
We should even talk about that, because I work with a lot of trust funds, and they can be fabulous. Like, I mean, because you can have strings attached to them. It's not just like, oh, here's an never-ending supply of money. And so that's what you want to kind of be careful of. But there are ways that ultra wealthy people, like the Rockefellers, the Vanderbilts, I mean, people keep wealth in their family and to help their downline for generations. And there's ways to do it. There's the clumsy way that poor mindsets do it. And it's usually people, frankly, like me, who grew up poor. And it's like, I want to give my kids all the stuff I didn't have. And we end up spoiling them and creating poor mindsets in our kids that then go on to our grandkids. But there are ways that you can do this. And again, that's part of a rich mindset, which you would never know. Even if you're a first generation multimillionaire, you have no clue how this works. So we want to share some of what we know about how that works, how that actually works in multi-generational wealthy families, because that's what you're going to have. You're just the first generation.
Awesome.
You're just the first one. You're the one laying the foundation.
I love it. Couple more shout outs here. Zach Gardner is in the community and also in the money script, about to get his money scripts. Sarah Hamilton's also in the community. Welcome. Amelia just signed up for money script and is in the community. Dude, I'm so excited to see your money scripts, guys. I know I'm not the doctor here, but I'm also going to be looking at all the comments of your money scripts and
Make sure to tag me when you talk about
it. Tag Dr. Brad Collins, but I'm going to be there. I'm in the community as super active as well. Belinda just signed up for the community, is also in the money script. Thomas Kolb is getting his money script and also in the community. Welcome. And so cool. Looks like we had a couple attempts to get, if you actually tried to get the 6-week money makeover, I see a couple people tried, and I think we maybe had a tech issue on our end. So if that's the case, I actually have your information. I will personally send you an email right after, because I think we did have an error. And again, my apologies for that. I see a couple people tried, and then I think our system errored out. So my apologies. It should work, but sometimes it will do that. Okay, let's give a shout out to Brandy. Van Lifer Brandy is going to get her money script. That's amazing. But Brandy, I feel like you're basically me and 4 years ago, like living in a van, making money online, cost of living super low, super cool. So that's awesome. I can't wait to see where your money script is. I'm super excited for that. And my apologies if our system aired out. If you guys did try to upgrade on some of the other stuff, I have your information and I will reach out to you after, because I can see it on our tech end here. So shout out to Brandy. Cool. What else? Yeah. What other questions we got, Brad? I feel like I said I was going to say it for fun.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of people just reporting that they're in. They've got the money scripts. Also, too, check your spam folder. I'm seeing a lot of people chiming in and helping other people around. Check your spam folder. That's where these emails tend to go. But lots of engagement. A lot of people can't wait for the book. Guys, I've got a box full of the books. I haven't opened them yet. I just got them today. Adrian, have you held one in your hand yet?
Yeah, right before here, I can't believe well, actually I was in a rush to get everything working, but yeah, I can't believe they're actually, I'm going to go ahead and grab mine real quick. Would you mind keep answering questions and stuff?
We got it. Okay. Hoping to guide your brother-in-law. Absolutely, man. I totally feel that. Helping the family is in as many ways as you can, and being that sort of source of wisdom. Like, you want to be the rich friend, you want to be the rich uncle, the rich aunt, where people can go to and ask questions and ask for advice. And I certainly, my favorite texts that I receive are ones from people I know and I love. And quite often they're younger and they're like, hey, should I get a 401k? Actually, we see this question here by Liz. Is a 401k worth investing in? Well, 401k is not an investment, but I have a 401k. I love 401k. They're a good tax advantage.
I just dropped all my books.
Companies will match it. So we are pro 401ks here. It depends on what you get in it. And so if you're not joining one of our communities, you definitely want to get some expert advice on what exactly to invest in.
Dude, actually, here's a crazy thing. I remember when I first signed up for a Roth IRA, because everyone's saying, you got to get a Roth IRA. You got to get a Roth IRA. And then I did sign up for a Roth IRA. And then I learned 6 months later that I actually still have to pick the investments inside of a Roth IRA. So it's not like so Roth IRA, for example, like to clarify, Roth IRA is not an investment. That's an account, right? That's a retirement vehicle. And like, you still have to pick your investments. Like, again, people don't teach us this stuff. So it's like, I thought I was doing it right. And it turns out all my money was just basically sitting in a glorified checking account.
Oh, dude. So Thomas is saying that all these links work better on Google than Safari. So
Interesting.
He's in the masterclass now. So we should mention that maybe in the next slide.
Interesting. Okay. Awesome. Thomas, and yeah, by the way, shout out to Thomas. He's in the community. Guys, if I could just read you a little portion in Start Thinking Rich, this is the thing that just made me laugh. My wife will appreciate this. This is the very end in the acknowledgments. And I actually wrote this from my own heart. I didn't write this because I was forced to. The first, this is Adrian's acknowledgments. The first person I want to thank is my wife, Ashley. As my dad likes to joke, Adrian knew he was going to be an entrepreneur and make a lot of money, which is why he needed to marry someone who was going to be a CPA. That is not a real thought I ever had, but it's a family joke that always gets my wife to roll her eyes with a smile. My wife is my true partner in all things, including the making of this book. She is my CFO in life and business. She jokes that I make the bread, but she turns it into a motherfucking bakery. Is that good? So good. But actually, so what's funny about that is like the dough and making it to a bakery, that monthly mastermind, that's like our what we do is like we work together and we go through everything in our vision. And this is something we did when we didn't have money, when we were broke. We still had this. So we've been doing this. Gosh, I didn't start doing it when we were dating, and we're about to hit 10 years. So basically, almost 10 years we've been doing this monthly mastermind between my wife and I. And then now we're going to do it with you guys. And on top of that, Brad's actually going to give a lesson as well. So it's truly a mastermind with both of us, whereas a little bit of workshop with me, and there's going to be some instruction, like as if we're in a student in one of Brad's classes. He's a professor and at a university. So super cool. Awesome.
I'll make you do a final exam.
Pop quiz. Let's give a shout out to Sully Guzman, who just signed up for the community and is going to get money script. And then also let's give a shout out to Walter, is in the community and is going to get his money scripts all worked out. That's so cool. Amazing. And welcome, fam. Awesome. I actually feel my voice is getting a little coarse here. From being so excited. Thank you so much for guys for being here. Thank you so much for joining, everyone who has. If you haven't joined already, if you have any questions, if you're on the fence,
don't worry about the masterclass. I'm getting a bunch of questions about that. We have not released it yet.
Correct.
Just make sure you get yourself in the community.
Right.
And if you make that $1 purchase, you're definitely going to get links there. It's actually easier to link to you because in the community we're going to link it to everybody. There's 1,000 people in there. Hopefully people will see it. But with that $1 purchase, we have your email. We're going to go directly to you when that gets released. So don't worry about that. We are still in the process of putting the finishing touches on that. That's coming out October 29th. We've got 90% of it in the can. And we'll probably start, I'm not sure, we haven't decided, but maybe release a lesson a week for a while there.
Yeah.
But it's some of our best stuff. Like,
so good.
Way, like I wasn't there when Adrian filmed his. I can't wait to see his section.
It's so good.
That's one of the things that's so fun about our collaboration.
It's so good. Brad flew out to Austin so we could film a lot of his stuff, and then he's flying out here in a week. No, wait, a week? When do you fly? A couple weeks. A couple weeks.
We're in Atlanta next week, and then the week after.
Yeah, and then to finish, it's so good. It's unlike anything I've ever created. Because it's about financial freedom and money, and it's not just applicable to side hustles. It's applicable to all the money that you make. So a lot of people that follow me, they're working a 9 to 5 with the aspirations to do entrepreneurship or side hustle income. This applies even if you don't want to do any side hustle stuff. Like this class is about managing your money to financial freedom. So it doesn't matter.
Stick in side hustle stuff though, because
yeah, of course.
We're getting a lot of questions on the side hustle stuff here too, because it's part of the scenario. And Adrian, quite literally, from what I've learned from Adrian, and I think I told you this before, Adrian, I probably even haven't, but probably $250,000 has come into my life because of the side hustles you've taught us.
Dude,
so,
that much?
Oh yeah, no, dude, I've been running one of those mastermind groups for years for financial planners.
Dude,
so
give-
60,000 a year adds up, baby.
Give me some. How come you haven't given me some?
Well, dude, I give you my thanks and love. You
Oh
should
my
charge
god.
me. That was your mistake.
Oh my gosh, that is my mistake.
I think I did watch your course. I bought the.
I gave you my course. You never pay. You didn't even buy it.
I bought it with my affection.
Oh my gosh, listen to this. He's poor friend Moocher. Oh my gosh, too funny. A couple of shout outs here. Walter J. Thomas. Oh, I maybe already gave you a shout out, but 2 shout outs. Group and Money Scripts. Gabriella just joined. She's going to be in the community. That's amazing. Cecilia just joined. Going to be in the community. Welcome.
So Jeff's asking a question here: is the Start Thinking group an additional login versus the other scholarship programs? I'm going to say yes, right? I mean,
Yes.
It's a separate group. Yeah. It's a
Different group.
Separate group than the other stuff you've been doing with Adrian.
Different group.
Congratulations, you've been doing other stuff with Adrian. You're so smart, Jeff.
I love it.
Good move.
Well, thank you. Groups are amazing. The community is amazing. Like actually, like in one of my programs, the scholarship program I have, like the curriculum is good. I think it's really good. But what makes it different is the community. And this year I actually held my first in-person event, and it was so cool and strange. Is all of these people came from all over the country and even some from Canada, and they had experienced a 90-day challenge scholarship style where they learned a ton of curriculum. It's a lot of work, and then they became friends, lifelong friends. There's some people in the scholarship event who like they actually talk every single night. So it is like I think what we've created is really amazing. It is going to make an impact. It gives you stories to inspire you, tactics that you can execute and get to financial freedom. But that one thing that is priceless is the other people who are going to embark on this journey with you. And you end up building a lot of bonds. And again, sometimes having rich friends is hard to find in your location, especially, like if you're in a place that you feel stuck in and you don't feel like you have a good network. Well, use our network. Use the Start Thinking Rich community, all the people in our group, everyone here, for certain that they're trying to achieve financial freedom. That is the assumption that we started this webinar, that if you did not want that, then you shouldn't have made it this far, right? So everyone wants financial freedom. These are people who are all rich friends, and you're now our rich friend as well as you get in there and start to work. So super neat.
Denise has got to reach out. She said she can't find the Money Script stuff.
Okay.
Just
post. Yes, hit us up in the group. We'll be there for support. And again, check spam folder, or just a couple minutes. Sometimes they'll get there, but yeah, it should be an email. Actually, I'm going to look up the subject title of that email real quick, just to see what it says. Yeah, the subject of the email says "Take Dr. Brad's Money Mindset Exam." So that is what it should be. Actually, yeah. Cool.
Rich uncles Brad and Adrian. That's right. Rich uncles.
Dude, amazing. Okay, everybody. Well, I'm pretty coursed out here. I think I want to say thank you for our first webinar. We went almost wait, did we start what time we started? 8? Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
We've been here for 2 hours. Holy moly. Did not expect that. Thank you so much for being here, fam. We look forward to learning about who you are, your stories, and where you'd like to go, and trying to play a very small part in your journey to achieve financial freedom. Last call to action here. I'll just mention, if you want to, if you liked what you heard today and you want to work with us, this is a limited time offer that's going to change in about 14 days from now. So, startthinkingrich.com/early will take you to a page that will look like this. Your first step is to grab one of these books. And when you do, you only have to pay $1 to get our masterclass and basically all of this amazing stuff, paid newsletter. A lot of this stuff, again, launches November 4th, including the masterclass. So again, but just by getting it, you have access to that. And then there's also some really other cool opportunities. And the first one that a ton of people took advantage of, as they should, I took it, is something that Dr. Brad Clounce here pioneered, which is understanding your money script. Super life-changing on the psychology of how you think about money, and then also analysis of what to do about it. So super cool. And then there's other offers beyond there that we had already a few people join, like our money mastermind every single month, and then also our 6-week money makeover. So super cool. Thanks everyone for joining. We'll hopefully see you in the group. If not, again, thank you for spending time with us and hanging out with us on a Thursday. And we'll talk soon. If you have any questions, you're always welcome to hit us up on social media in case you change your mind and want to join. Any questions at all. But thank you so much. And we can't wait. And sorry the chat didn't work. I'm going to make sure we fix that for next time. But if you want to chat with us, hit us up in the group. Can't wait to see you there. All right, everyone.
We're going to be here every night.
Every night till lunch.
Even if you're already part of the group.
Yes, if you want to come back and ask more questions.
Every single time.
Yeah.
You'll have different stories. We love hanging out with you.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Take care.
Peace. God bless.